This is Katie with Atelier Nikuzuki, and today is March 20th, 2024. It's just after 9 a.m. here, and we are caffeinated. Well, mostly caffeinated. I'm still working on my second cup of coffee, which we're going to have a big drink from right here in a moment. Actually, I'm going to finish drinking this while I'm talking to you to introduce everything. So we are going to be working on cutting the things, all the things. Yeah, so large box bags, small box bags, Kato, and the big bags, which are tote bags. I'm slowly switching the name over to tote bag because that's going to hit the SEO, like search engine optimization better. Flynn is on duty for quality control inspection again today. And really, there's nothing more to say, so let's just jump into this. We've got fans, and then we've got more kitty cats to cut fabrics from. So I think we're going to go in sets of 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Those should all be similar lengths. That's why they can match up here. And then we're also going to work on these cats and that crochet. And then the floral. Actually, let's pop these together because those are all going to be more similar lengths than these ones. I don't know why I'm organizing because realistically it's just going to change in a few minutes, but whatever, we're doing it. Birds and Sundays. I kind of want to actually, what it partly is for my mental space to see how much more work I actually have to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it'll also help me pick up and decide what I'm doing with the stuff down here. This is a very short cut, so it's going to be set aside because it needs more fussy cutting. It looks like I forgot to actually trim those apart into the shapes and sizes that they need. This needs to be cut for large box bags. That's a little bit pickier. Actually, the Kato already sold from that, so we should just do that too. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's 8. I'm still sick, dude. I'm more sick than I am not sick now. The kids definitely gave me whatever they have. I'm like, damn it. Woke up with an absolutely killer throat last night. And the sniffles are worse today, so I'm like, no. So I cleared our walk, and I'm going to count that as my exercise today. Actually, I think our neighbor might be pregnant, so I went up and also cleared their walk because her husband works out of town more than Dallas does, and if this is totally a nosy neighbor thing, I think she's pregnant because I haven't been able to ask her. I don't see her very often, but what makes me think she's pregnant is that there was it looked like a nursing pillow attached to her banister one day, and then both Dallas and I have seen her, and this is terrible. It's either she's pregnant or she's put on a lot of weight, so we're both going to assume that she's pregnant. And so anyway, I remember being pregnant and with Dallas gone, the absolute number one worst thing, hell, it's even bad now and I'm not pregnant, is like having to clear the effing walk. Because it's just like, it could be slippery, you could fall, like there's so many factors in it. And then so you're just like freeze and like try not to hurt yourself or to like fall and hurt the baby or yeah. Anyway, so whether she's pregnant or not, it's still the neighborly thing to do. But given that she's very likely pregnant, yeah, I was like, I am going to go clear your walk and your driveway because I remember that. It sucked. Okay, so everything is up off the floor. We have made all our decisions. I haven't taken anything out because I'm like, whatever, we'll just cut it again. If it does not get finished before the shows in April, then whatever, we've just got a bunch of cuts ready to go. So today we're focusing on small box bag, large box bag, Kato, and big bag, which, like I said, is the tote bag earlier. And then we're going to go from there. Okay, so these two cuts should be the same length here, or damn close. Excellent. These came from like the end bolt bin. I am ditching the owls. The owls are going to go back on the shelf. If someone is viewing this later after this, or you are viewing it right now and you're like, no, I need those owls, I will put it back into rotation. But for now, I'm pulling the owls. Something's got to give somewhere, I guess. As much as I'm like, I'll just sew it later. No, let's pull the ones. We'll pull a few. And then that actually means that I can add one more onto this one, which is probably going to be that navy bird as well. Okay, let's even this up as much as we can. So yeah, we got, if that rant about having to shovel snow when you're pregnant was not obvious, we did get more snow last night. Which, ugh. And it's not so bad, actually. It's not very much. It's not very cold, which is good, because actually the forecast said that we were going to get like minus 15 to minus 20 overnight again. And it's like, oh, that's the miserable part. But the issue with this one, this snow, is the little pebbly ice that's underneath it. It must have like rained or like freezing rained last night just before it started snowing. Or like, and it's that very like, actually I was gonna say it's that very like heavy traditional March snow, but it's not actually that wet. But maybe the first stuff that fell was like sleety wet or something. I don't know. Who knows? I'm gonna stop guessing, because it's just like, ugh, snow, goddamn snow. Oh, that is very far off. All right, so hopefully the sound, I got another comment that the sound was a bit muffled last time. I've turned the mic back up, although I am realizing that maybe I need to actually turn it so it's like facing my face a little bit better. Give me 1 second. Okay, that should actually, whoa, yeah, that is better. Let me move it down a bit. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, there we go. Okay, so what I changed is now the mic is like on the outside of the fabric, whereas before it was like folded into the fabric. So like now you can see it sitting, whereas before it was like folded in. So that should actually help the sound as well. Sounds like it's not too loud. I'm just watching my little equalizer bar or whatever they're called. I think, or yeah, whatever it's called. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, so there was another comment that the sound was off, so hopefully this helps it. Basically, it's just, we're going to just play around with it until we figure it out. That's all we can do. But that should help as well. Alrighty. So these are fairly small prints. This one, not so much, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a small box bag, a large box bag with a Kato. The back cut of the small box bag will become handles for the large box bag and the small box bag. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. So first things first, we're going to cut the small box bag, and then we're going to cut the large box bag, and then we're going to cut actually this is not going to become big bags. The navy might, but the little Sunday drinks and the birds are not. They'll just stay smaller bags. Actually, they'll become wallets, I think. They are very directional, but I will figure that out. Well, I've already figured that out. I know how to sort that out. Okay, come on. We're almost there. There we go. Okay. So from there to here. Excuse me. Okay, actually we're going to do the large box bag cut because I definitely want Kato out of these as well. So it's going to be that minus that minus that becomes that. Okay, that was really loud. And then we're going to go down and we're going to cut the small box bag, which is here. Yeah. There's actually not going to be that much extra fabric, so that's actually pretty nice. So small box bag, large box bag. And then what do we have here for cuts? If we have enough for... Actually, it looks like we've got enough maybe for a second Kato. This can be triangle pouches, if I want it to be, or we could do cake cozies or something like that. Actually, cake cozies out of this, along with a grind guard, would be super cute. So we'll pop that up there. And how much is there of the Sundays? That apparently is like super crooked. That is enough for a big bag. So do you know what? I said this wasn't going to be made into big bags, but that is like destiny calling. There's a big bag. And then this will also become a big bag because there isn't much more of it either. By the way, if you're looking for measurements or anything like this, I do not give measurements on this channel because the Kato is a paid pattern, so you have to just go buy the pattern. B, this is my business, so I'm not going to be giving out what are basically my trade secrets. I'm sorry. I'm more than happy to like share like suppliers and like where I buy these fabrics because I go to Japan to get them. But how I actually make the bags is where I draw the line because that's not cool. So we are here for, and I do this for entertainment, not education. That's why it's a live stream of consciousness, because it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. So we're just going to come on and we're just going to talk and talk and talk, because why not? But there seems to have been an expectation, at least in a few comments recently, that I am here to educate, and I am not. No, that doesn't mean that I won't shift that later or whatever, but right now I'm just here to entertain. Am I a bit salty today? Yes, because I'm tired. Although, thank goodness the kids finally had a good sleep last night, so... Because it was also Dallas's first day away, so it's like, oh, thank you for being chill and having a good sleep. Because they could have decided not to. They could have chose, like... Yeah, just to ignore that completely. Alright, we are going to trim down the selvage on this one, at least the amount that's on this side. There we go. Like that. No, that didn't help much, but that at least will fall into the seam allowance. That's fine. And then... big bag and cut, and then we're going to do the small box bag and we'll split it up for its stuff, and then we'll do all the big bags or the large box bags that I didn't do yesterday, or Monday. I guess I did not come on yesterday. I was going to come on last night, but I was tired and I could feel this like whatever this is creeping on, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to take the night and chill, go to bed at a decent hour, and get a good night's sleep. Kind of backfired in my face though, because I did not fall asleep for like another hour. I like rolled over and I'm like, oh, it can't be that late. I was so tired. I should have fallen asleep. No. Denied. It's like, no, you are just going to stay awake and awake and awake. Like, no. That looks like it's too big. No, it's okay. Okay, that's the handles. That's the handles. This is small box bag. Oh my goodness. Already. Close. Show. Close. Okay, there we go. And then we'll go through and we will cut basically we'll cut these in half and then we'll cut the handles out of them after, because then the other side, the other cuts will become eyeglass cases and planner pencil pouches and sundry, maybe notions pouches. Those ones would be really good for notions pouches. Maybe not eyeglass cases, maybe notions pouches and planner pouches, because that would be really fun. Okay, have I been cutting down the large box bags into Kato, or are we just not? I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. They have to happen eventually. At least the piles are separated right now. There we go. Ooh, that one is really off. Okay. So let's justify it this way for the large box bag. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit happier. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Cut down on the fold. As I said, Flynn is here quality control inspecting today, so hopefully everything turns out well with his gimlet eye on our work. I do have a meeting today that I need to attend in the afternoon. I actually need to answer Caroline and be like, she asked what time, and I don't know. Maybe 1-ish. I am not planning to go to the gym or run today, so that can also sway that decision a little bit. Oh, these parasols are going to be spectacular. Oh, right. Okay, so we need 2 white big bags where I'm writing down the interior cuts that I need to do as well. Granted, I don't have all of them, but, you know, some are better than none sort of thing. Again, we can always do another count. But it doesn't hurt to have a general thing written down. So when we do this pile, we'll do a count 2. Okay, so large box bag, white Kato, beige, white, beige for the bunnies with the navy background, white for the budgies. White for the budgies. White for the drink sundae things. White. And then beige for the navy crane bird things. Okay. Beige. Excellent. I need to put my hair back up. I washed it before bed the other night, and every time I do that, I always go, I'm never doing it again, and then I did it again. I'm just like, of course. Why wouldn't I do it again? Okay, it looks like we decided not to cut them down. It was just like, make 2 piles of cuts, one for large box and one for Kato. Sweet. So we're just going to split those up for now. Is that super annoying later? Yes, 100%. Am I going to change it? Hell no. Because here's the thing, right now we are just going through and like cutting these guys. So it requires a very different mind, like brain, than going and cutting the Kato down. Doing the big bags and the tote bag cut makes a little bit more sense. Kinda, not really. But like, we can definitely go in and cut everything down later, and there won't be decision fatigue as much. I should actually grab my work in progress bin, and these could go into the work in progress bin once we get interiors and the interiors interfaced, I guess. I think we will actually go out into the sewing studio to adhere the interiors though. So okay, I know I pulled this off the board to cut. I'm going to set it aside for now because I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. This one should be made into, what do I have left of it? Not much. Okay, hey, get back here. No, actually, there's more than I anticipated. I need to seize. Alright, so there's over a yard left. But there is only a yard left. And my brain is like, and I think this needs to become some more wallets. This was the one I actually experimented with the wallets with. Came out pretty good, but it also illustrated that I need to change a few things, so I think we'll do a proper wallet out of it soon. This, all the cats, or just the cats, whatever I'm calling it. Oh, excuse me. I think we should cut, because the Kato's already sold from this when I was at Ancient Arts, so let's cut a large box bag and a big bag and a, yeah, let's just cut all the things from it again. And actually let's pile up a couple other things on top of it, because it does have quite a bit left. Let's do this one, the little, actually we should get two. Okay, so the chocolate bars are only going to be a couple of the larger bags, so I'm going to set it aside to like be fussy cut by itself later on. There we go. Screw it, let's just pile a bunch up. This is Sassy Cat Patchwork on Pine. I'm going to put this one away for now because I don't feel like doing it. We're going to do Sassy Cat Autumn, Warm Autumn, and the little Daruma Potato Cats. Yeah, I said I was going to cut in piles of 3, but we may as well cut in piles of 4. Who cares? Like, really, what does it matter? All right. This Daruma Cats is definitely going to be set aside to make wallets from as well. Because it's like basically the perfect fabric for that. It's non-directional and also just friggin' adorable. Non-directional, adorable. And like a good size too. It's not too big, it's not too small. And we're just going to cut all the things from all of these fabrics. So this works well. And this one. There's one more color. Actually, okay, so there's 2 more colorways of this. I've put one aside that we're not going to cut today. And then I've got one more that I'm calling like Moonlight. Again, it looks like kind of like Sailor Moon colors. Kind of more of the muted manga Sailor Moon colors. Then those bright, the floral ones that I had the other day. But it is really nice. I quite like it. Okay. This looks like it could use a better fold because apparently it was upset when I was folding it, or I just was like, I am done folding fabric. Get thee back onto things. I was like, why didn't I fold up the other fabric? That's because we used it up, Katie. It's off the shelf. Don't need to fold it. Because I'm trying to get all of these onto like comic book boards if they store well. If they don't store well, then we'll figure it out later. Basically, the comic book boards can't make the fabric take up more space. That's where I'm at. Okay, we're going to line up one more on top here. And then actually I'm going to text Caroline while I remember so I don't keep forgetting. And she's got time to prepare herself as well because I know she was running errands this morning. Okay, I really like it. This is so adorable. Like, look at it. It's got like the carousel horses and the little teddy bears with the books, and like the colorway is just so good. Got a pink version of this as well. Here. We're not cutting it right now, but I'll pull it and show it to you because I may as well show you them at the same time. Come here, come here, come on, you can do it. Yes, we did it. Anyway, so there's the pink version of it. So it's very nice and delicate pink. I like how the black makes some of the other colors pop in it differently. Looks like they might be a little bit different tone. So like the pink ribbon on the bottom of the carousel horse there is probably a bit different color. Like the one on the black is a little bit more purple. One on the pink is a bit more blush pink. But it is freaking adorable. And those differences may not actually be showing up on camera. Sorry. But I can see them in person. So, alright. We are going to cut all the things. So these are all good prints for all the sizes because, again, they're not very big, they're not very small. They're just a good size. Now, the issue being that there is so much fabric here, and the mics and the cables and all that stuff is in the way. I need to, like, move my computer where the cat is sleeping, actually. But he likes to sleep there. And I don't want him sleeping on the laptop. Maybe we'll try that later today when I'm doing other stuff. I don't know. Because I'm gonna have to clear the back off and clear the laptop off anyway, because the interfacing has to come up and over that way. At least that makes my life easier if it does. So even if I do have to do some desk rejig. Okay, there we go. So there it is lined up, and then we gotta flatten all this out. Flatten all the layers. There we go. Okay, and then just make sure that these are like mostly aligned on this side too. What is with the phone today? I promise there's no like phone calls coming through or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Show on stream. Alright, there we go. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna whine about it. Instead of being proactive about it, because I don't understand. Okay. Cutting it from there is going to allow me to cut the large box bag and the handles easier. Because it's going to be minus that, which comes to here. Yes. Okay. Rotary cutter. Okay. And then we'll cut down the handles. Doom, doom. Doom. Alrighty, there we go. Oh yeah, those are gonna be some good handles for these box bags too. Super cute. Okay. Now we're gonna trim these down right away so that I'm just done with them. And just kind of double check everything. Looks like everything got cut well. And we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 beige and 1 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're going to trim everything down here for the large box bags, and then we'll move on to small box bag cuts, and then whatever else. What are we going to cut? Big bags, tote bag cuts, and then yeah. So I was excited because Shopify introduced a Marketplace Connect. I think it's been around for a while, or they just bought it out so that it was under their name instead of whatever else's name it was. I was like, awesome, this is like, it's free unless you're over like a certain number of orders per month. I'm like, perfect. I can sync my listings to Etsy. Awesome. There are multiple reasons why I left Etsy. The main one being that it was no longer convenient because I was not able to keep a live stock on Etsy. Every time I went to a show, I had to like put the shop into vacation mode and then had to do inventory every single time I came back from a show. That is not conducive to maintaining an Etsy shop. So I transferred to Shopify because at least Shopify has live inventory. So I was like, perfect. But if you've shopped with me previously and you've shopped with me now, you'll notice that I've like condensed my listings into variant listings for SEO purposes, because if you have too much duplicate content, Google kind of skips you. So I decided that, okay, well, to like help my SEO, which should bring in more views from search engines, because SEO is search engine optimization, I would limit the number of listings and we do variants. And it seems to be working. I don't think anyone, like, I think it's been fairly decent for people to navigate, because that was one of the things I was worried about, is like I end up with a lot of variants. Blah, blah, blah. But the issue is that Etsy only allows 10 images. So realistically, you can only do 10 variants. Or I guess I could do them all if I want to collage the photos, but that defeats the purpose of this being easy, because that's a lot of work. And then I found out that you can't actually match the individual SKUs to individual variant SKUs on Etsy. They have to be individual items. So now I'm kind of back to square one. I do still think what I want to do is I want to go back to Etsy to kind of try to leverage the search engine on there, because now with more knowledge, blah blah blah. Where did that go? The mic was like, I'll see you later. And also like, oh, there we go. Okay, no, that's the right way. See you later. I'm done my shift. No, you're not. Also, you are a machine. Anyway, I do still think I want to get back onto Etsy with like more knowledge and blah 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 blah, and see what I can do. I still encourage that people should be buying from artists' websites directly, but I am one of those people who will still purchase off of Etsy because there are some buyer protections from purchasing from Etsy. Are they kind of a terrible company now? Yes. But sometimes you don't have an option, and sometimes you also got to go with what works. And I do think that they also, it's still one of the places that people think of for homemade, handmade, I think, more than anything. And so that's one of the things that I want to be leveraging. Whereas, like, if they were, why would they, like, it's hard to find my product online through Google when, I don't know. Granted, that's why I'm working on the SEO. But that should start to outweigh the Etsy SEO anyway. So we'll see. It's worth, I told Dallas I was going to give it 6 to 12 months, and then we'll make a judgment call from there, because really, you got to give it time, A, and B, I don't know what else to do right now. Okay, that was a big bag cut. I don't know why I did big bag cut. We're going to do a small box bag cut now, because that was the cut that we were supposed to do. Whatever, better late than never, right? So anyway, if you see me on Etsy with my products, yes, that is very likely me. We'll see what happens. Can't hurt, right? So, well, it could, but it shouldn't. They will be priced differently from my website prices, because there are a lot, like, there's different fee structures involved with it than the Shopify site. So obviously there's still fees on the Shopify site and all of that, but Etsy takes different stuff than what I pay Shopify. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4 beige and 1. All right, we've already done this count. Not that I remembered, because, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4 beige, 1 white, and the same on the big bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then I figure if there are any sales on Etsy as well, what I'll start doing is I will send out a thank you note with the website being like, hey, thanks for like this, and you can find my products here, and try to push traffic to the website that way as well, hopefully later on. So it's all it's kind of one of those things, it's just a long game, right? So sometimes there's success right away. Lots of times though, it's just this long game, and that's okay too. I do think I definitely have seen people panicking though, because they're like, I opened my Etsy shop like a month ago and I haven't gotten any sales, and I'm like, well, like, that is a very, 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 very young shop. Yes, would we all love to like have sales in that first month? 100%. Realistically, are we going to? No. Even me as an established seller, very unlikely that I'll have sales within the first month. And that's fine. All right, let's get... So there is that amount left of the cat fabric. We are not folding this on a comic book board. There's too little fabric there. It's just going to go back on the shelf for now, though, because I don't think I want to make a wallet out of that. It's a little bit too tall. Kind of. Okay. Do we want wallets out of the carousel fabric? Probably. I think that would make some really cute wallets. However, there's too much kind of... Is there? No, I can throw that over with the wallet pile. Okay, so the wallet pile is over here, and we're just kind of putting stuff over there as we're doing this. The patchwork cat, I don't think is a good... It's too square, but I will decide on this later. This one is going to go on a board because there's enough. There's probably still 2 more meters of this, so got lots to work with. So I can always pull it off the shelf to make more wallets and such with. Right now we are trying to just avoid doing duplicates, just because I don't want to deal with it. It's good for like, it's nice for listing because then I don't have to like take lots of extra photos. But right now, I just don't want to sew it. That's what we're trying to avoid, is sewing it. It's like, but Katie, you're a sewist. I know I am. That doesn't mean I want to be making duplicates right now. I want as many prints out as I can, because the more prints I get off the shelf, the better. And then this will become, I do want knot bags out of these later. Again, I am overstocked on knot bags. That is one of the places I should actually sync up the Etsy listings to Shopify, because there's still a lot of individually listed knot bags. Is there a variant listing one? Yes, and I've been growing it, but there are quite a few that haven't sold that are individual listings. So that'll be a good way to populate my Etsy shop. I think. There we go. If you have any opinions on it, you're more than welcome to weigh in on it. Will I necessarily listen? Well, yes, I usually take feedback. At least take it into consideration. But sometimes I don't always follow it. Okay, and then dumpling Daruma. So these are actually Daruma Lucky Cats. If you don't know what a Daruma is, just give me a second and I'll pull them down. Or, well, yeah, they're like potato Lucky Cats, I guess. I don't know. Little round guys. I keep calling, I don't know whether to call them like just Lucky Cats or Daruma Cats. A Daruma is this little guy. And so you fill in one eye when you make a wish, and then when the wish comes true, you fill in the other eye. I made a wish on this guy last year. I came really, 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 really close to that wish coming true. Basically, it was a business goal. Not quite. So this year will be the year, right? least that's what we're gunning for right now. Just realized these are the big bags. I did say that we're not doing a lot of processing or like processing into bags right now. Definitely not the Kato, but we are going to do the big bags rather than leaving them sitting over there. There to here. And then we're going to just do that. Now those look like they're all almost big enough. Yeah, a lot of those are almost big enough or are big enough for like pencil pouches. It could also be like really good they're just good. I can't even remember what I was gonna say. Really good. Oh, like pieces to build patchwork around sort of thing. So okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. These are all going to be lined in white. And we're going to cut all the things out of them. This one is freaking adorable. Look at that. This little tuxedo cat. So we're just going to mark it right now because I'm thinking about it. So let's just do it. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, all of those are going to become big bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like how I'm like, okay, so if you hear me say big bag, it is interchangeable with tote bag. If you hear me say tote bag, it is the big bag. But I'm trying to like, again, work with that SEO and get the title swapped to tote bag because it's going to, like, who's going to search for big bag? No one. You're going to be searching for tote bags. So if you hear me refer to them, either way, they are the same bag. Don't panic. If you are a previous customer and you're like, where'd the big bags go? They're the tote bags. I guess that would be maybe the thing that might cause more panic. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 randos. Okay. 6 and 2 random fabrics. 32. So we got 6 more cuts to do. Okay. We can do that. We should be able to get that done before lunch. And then, yeah. And then we'll go into lining fabrics after that. Now, like I said, I've got that meeting call, which I'm going to do down here. So I'm going to do a lot of the lining cutting off stream, but realistically that is all you're going to be looking at is white and beige fabric. I don't think that's very engaging for anyone, including myself, so I'll do it while I'm on the call. And then although I guess also like, and then it's interfacing, and I guess interfacing won't be that engaging either. So maybe the interfacing and like the adhering of the interfacing and all of that will happen as an ASMR, because I don't know if I have enough stories to tell for that or not this time. It's a stretch to have enough stories to tell while I'm cutting fabric, and at least I get to interrupt myself constantly to show off fabric for you guys. So these granny flowers are also very adorable. This is like a blue colors. We've done that like pink, brown, orange, very 70s colors recently, but this is a different version of it. Get out of there. Okay. The pink snow globes. I was calling this carousels or something like that, but it's carousel horses, but it's actually snow globes. Like, what was I calling it before? It was not snow globes, I don't think. Oh well, whatever. They're snow globes. I will correct myself now. They are snow globes. Okay. Oh, these pinks are like very gentle, very spring, and they're making me very happy. Like, just, especially this like cat one here. It's really awesome. As well, if you have no idea what I'm actually talking about for bag sizes and things like that, the best place to find out about them is on the website, ateliernekozuki.com. That's where everything is listed that I currently have in stock, or that I've listed. It's like those planner pouches and notions pouches aren't on there yet, but that's because they're getting held back for shows. Anyway, it has everything on hand that I am currently selling online. There we go. And it'll give you, like, it'll show you photos of the small box bags, the large box bags, the tote bags, big bags, and the Kato as well, so if you don't know what I'm talking about. So that's the best way to figure out what the heck all these words mean. And Kato is Kato. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it. I've heard people say Kato as well. I think both are valid. I just go Kato because it very much feels like a Japanese word, and that's how it would be pronounced in Japanese. So, I have no clue. I will not take offense if you pronounce it differently. Okay, come on. You gotta line up so that I can get you cut. You were intended to be the bags that you should be. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. I should be able to at least get the first cut, and then we'll get everything else shimmied around. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to cut, actually, small box bags first. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, the mic cable is really far under there. We do not want to slice the mic cable. That would be a surefire way of cutting sound. Okay, there we go. Let's just straighten these out a little bit, and then we should be able to... Ah, there we go. That looks better. Now, if you're asking Katie, wouldn't this be easier if you're just doing this one at a time? Yes and no. The amount that I actually have to fuss over it to get it laid flat like this regularly is minimal at best. Okay, so there is the small box bag. There's the handles for the small box bag and the large box bag. And then we'll shimmy and shake up so that we can get... Oi! I just changed the blade. Stop with the belly aching. You're brand new. What the heck? Okay. There's that. Then we're going to do the fold trim. Oh man, that cats, this tuxedo cats on the pink is definitely going to become wallets later on. Flippin' adorable. Probably still going to put it away for now just so it's off the cutting table and I don't need to deal with it. But you know, whatever. Okay. These ones have extremely generous salvages. Small box bag. And I've already put the counts in, so we don't need to worry about that. Set aside. Small box bag. Set aside. Set aside because the salvage is less on that. And the eyeglass cases do take up a little bit more room, or a little bit different, like, reconfiguration. Excuse me. Small box. And the salvage can get sewn into the small box bag very easily, so I'm not worried about it there then. Alrighty, and then all the set-asides. Now we're going to pull this off the desk again and shimmy and shake and get it all lined up nicely, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Okay. Like this. And here and here. And we're going to go across like this. So So basically what we're doing is I'm lining up the fold because that seems like it's going to be the most straight in some ways, even over the selvages, because these are all different sizes of widths. There we go. So we're going along with the fold. These are all pretty. Oh, there we go. That's why, because I twisted up there. There we go. Haha. And actually, that's what these snow globes remind me of. Again, is like that very soft Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, all those like shoujo of that era. That's what it is. It's Cardcaptor Sakura, or in English, Cardcaptors. That's what that reminds me of. That's right. It's that kind of pink, the very soft clamp pink. Now that I'm saying that as an adult, sounds terrible, but yeah. Oh. Speaking of adult things, not really. This is not a TMI thing. Well, it might be a bit, but I had to do a leg exercise at the gym the other day, and it was like this like bright pink cuff that I had to use for my leg to like, because it was a kickback leg exercise. So you stand on one leg and then you pull the cable out with the other leg. And it was just like, oh, it was super awkward to use. I'm like, I don't really want to be doing this in public. I don't have much choice though either. Ugh. At least the muscle head wasn't there from the other day. I don't mind people working out at the gym and being all grunty and things like that. I get it. You're lifting heavy weights. Still annoys me, but whatever. At least you're doing it. But this guy was starting to do like hostage holding of like, there's another guy on the benches, and basically he just started talking to him, even though this other dude was not giving off any vibes of having been wanting to be talked to. It's just like, dude, back off. And I couldn't hear much of the conversation because I wear headphone earbuds to the gym, because I'm like, I do not like the music station they typically have on at the gym, which, fair. And so I didn't hear what the conversation was, but it was like the guy was like staring off into the space like halfway through, just getting talked at. And I'm like, dude, take a hint. He doesn't want to be talked at. Alright. So what else do we need to cut? We've got large box bags, Kato, and the small box bags done. So we need to do the big bag cut, and then we're good. We'll get the fabric folded up. And move on. Okay. We're getting there. This is going to be a lot of bags, guys. Like I said, it's like, this is probably actually going to be most of my show season, now that I'm looking at it. And that's awesome, because then there's less analysis paralysis again. But yeah, that's good, actually. It's good. Flynn's like getting buried under fabric. Hey buddy, how's your bald spot looking today? Less irritated. That's good. This is a long-haired cat who hates being groomed, like brushed groomed. So in shed season, that means A, a lot of hairballs, and B, a lot of mats to cut out of his fur, because he's got a very downy undercoat. That's what makes him so soft and fluffy. But then he ends up with little like bald spots under his like armpits, because you have to like trim out these mats. It's just like, dude, if you had let us like brush you, you would be fine. But no, you don't like getting combed. Remy is actually the only one who ever really enjoyed getting brushed. Remy was our old gray cat. So, but yeah. So now he's got this little bald patch under his armpit, like just right under the front leg thing. So, and it did look irritated the other day when I checked it, so I was just making sure that it hadn't gotten more irritated with a little exposed skin. But no, we're good. I'm talking about my cat, not my kids. Although if it's not the cats, it's the kids. That's for darn sure. Alright. So we are just cutting the big bag cut from this one. Now we're going to fold it up onto the comic book board and get it back on the shelf. If you're like, Katie, why are you folding it from this end, not that other end? It's because this end has a little bit of the fray from the washing machine. So I usually fold it starting from that end. And then this is the cut end, and it just folds under nice. Get all these folded, and then I'll get those big bag cuts cut down. I was just saying that I think that this will probably actually end up being most of my show season. I said that this was going to be April, and a lot of it will be finished for or over April. But a lot of this is actually probably going to end up also getting finished for Knit City more than anything. So, and that's August. So we're being, I don't know. I don't know if that's being pessimistic maybe, or being, I'm being super prepared. A little bit of both. We'll see how much I actually get done. But I definitely have caught whatever the kids had the last week. So that's also going to be a factor in it, because I do not want to make it worse. Which means that I may not be on to actually, or downstairs to actually sew for the next little bit. In the evenings, at least. But we'll find out. Maybe I will be. I definitely was not last night, because I felt it coming on, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go have a good rest, hopefully. And then I will pick up tomorrow. And I did not have a good rest. That was a jinxing of myself, apparently, because it was like, I'm going to go to bed. And I went to bed at like 10, which is awesome. Because a lot of times I'm not in bed by then when I'm not sewing. And, but then I did not fall asleep until probably 11 or 11:30. Both the kids had climbed into bed by the time I fell asleep. Maybe subconsciously I was just waiting for them to crawl into bed. Because I knew I was going to get disrupted as it was. Alright, so this is going to be made into wallets later on, but I am not going to put it into the wallet pile. There's just a little bit too... no. Screw it. Let's put it into the wallet pile. My watch is like, check your activity rings. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think actually I probably should have put the carousels in there too. Or not the carousels, but the snow globes. Whatever, that's already on the board. I'm just going to put these away. Now, I cannot tell though if what's bothering my nose right now is fabric fluff or snuffly nose. Probably a little bit of both. Okay, so these all have extremely generous selvages. So we're going to trim down the selvage, and then we're going to trim down the big bag cut, because we do not need like an inch wide selvage. Why is that one so much shorter? What happened there? Oh, because it got full. I'm like, there was still enough of the tuxedo cat fabric. It was supposed to be fine. Okay. There. No, that's not going to work. There. And we're going to go across to here. We've already done the counts on the interiors for those, so we're all good. Coffee, and then we'll get the next pile. I think that means that there's like something, what, 5 plus 2 piles left? So that's not bad at all. I am not going to back up 2 of the cotton linen blends on the same pile. So we're going to steal one from down here. The cotton linen blends are a little bit heavier, so we're just going to only have 1 of them versus 2 of them. Just because it'll cut easier with this rotary cutter, especially since it's already fighting back, even though I've just changed the blade. Although I don't think the current cutting mat that I have is self-healing, so that's going to contribute to blade wear as well. That's fine. It's just something to bear in mind as I complain about it. Ugh, man, I think it's a bad combo of sniffles and fabric dust. Okay. Now I've already done some cuts from this, I think. Have I? I don't think I have. I thought I had. I thought someone had actually ordered a... Oh no, I worked with the black version of it. That's what it is. I think that's what's triggering my remembrance, but yeah. Okay. Now, if you're like, Katie, why don't you just cut it? Like, if you're laying it out like this, and it looks like it's very even, which it is, why aren't you cutting it like this? And that's because there are no markings, and for some reason, I have misplaced my actual template for the large box bag cuts. And from the life of me, I still haven't actually found it. Well, I just realized I haven't looked under there. Nope. So I don't know where it's gone. For now, we are doing it. We're lining everything up, and we're going to line it up with the bottom edge. But we will even everything up this direction. All right, so this is the sage. Actually, I just realized I could do it at least partially this way if I use that stripology ruler. This, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I do not like being this snoring on camera. Oh, I could actually use the stripology ruler, even though this is like too wide for it. Okay, so we can only do 3 layers with that though. Let's see. If this can earn its keep in another way, I will take it. Look at that. Okay, so this is... Ding. Okay, so that is the 0-inch mark there. Now, see, this is where the issue comes in, is that technically it's not, like, tall enough to do the full cut. But what I could do then is I could do... excuse me. Or we could just shimmy it. Let's just shimmy it. Screw it. Okay, so we are going to just do this here. If my rotary cutter was a little bit thicker, we would be able to cut all of the, like, more layers. Oh no, that's not going to work because I won't be able to line up the actual previous cuts, technically. Okay, never mind that. Never mind. I guess I could still, like, lay out the ruler based on that, but no, that's just going to be a pain in the butt. Okay. I'm going to trim all of this down, however, or at least a good part of it while it's still there. A little bit janky. But considering that I also don't have a thick enough rotary blade to cut through the multiple layers, this is still going to be easier. I just realized that that means that these aren't going to be trimmed down. We'll figure that out in a minute. Actually, their fray is not as bad. Shaggy fray is not as bad. This end looks like it's not as well lined up. This end is better lined up. Okay, good. This is one of those fun Dobby prints that are like fabrics that have the slubby warp and weft. It's really, really fun because, okay, so it's based on Japanese family crests. But it's all cats. Or cat involved, pretty much. A lot of them have like Neko in them, the kanji for it, and it's really adorable because it's actually got like a paw print for the main part of the kanji, which is super cute. They had fun with it, and I really, really like the colors. This blue is like a blue that I associate only with Japan, which is really interesting to me. So... this fabric is directional. Okay. I hope I did the white one properly then. I didn't realize it was as directional as it is, because I think some of the other ones are not. And they're all kind of in the same, like, kind of style. And so it's just hard to remember. I don't know. I don't know what I've done even yesterday. What did I do yesterday? It wasn't work. Oh, right, my eldest. So we went grocery shopping. Grocery shopping. I hate grocery shopping right now. I hated it on a good day previously, but I really hate it right now. It's always so freaking expensive. You only shop at Costco pretty much now, unless we have like it's those small individual things that sometimes you need. Like, you can't get like tartar sauce at Costco. That sort of just small stuff. Although it feels like every time I go into a grocery store for those individual things, I'm still spending like far more than I would like to. It's interesting watching, because we did do grocery delivery for quite a while, because over the pandemic and young kids and all of that, I was like, no, I'm not unloading the kids to go grocery shopping in a grocery store. And for a long time, they had a really good incentive. It was like $5 to get it delivered to your door. Or like if you went and did pickup, it was free. It at least was Save On. But it was interesting watching our grocery bills just like creep up. Anyway, besides the point. Costco, and then we actually did I got Costco croissants, because someone was saying that they're like absolutely amazing. I'm like, that sounds like a really good way to like get some bread. That's a little bit different, because I was debating about getting buns, because we got buns a couple weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. It's just random chatter at this point. But the croissants have been delicious, although I have to finish them today, so half of one went into my youngest's lunch, and I'm gonna have them for lunch myself. But my eldest was like, I want broccoli soup, and I'm like, excellent choice, because that's what I bought the broccoli for. So that's what we had for dinner yesterday. So that was a big chunk of yesterday was making dinner, actually. Not that broccoli soup takes very long, but the mental build up to do broccoli soup takes a while. Okay, so this one is like a sage charcoal gray. I can't tell if I want to make it a beige lining or white lining. I think it should be white. So we've got 2 beige and 3 white, which means we've got 3 white large box bag, 2 beige large box bag, 3 white Kato, and 2 beige, which means I'll also have 3 white small box bag, 2, and the same distribution for big bags. Okay, there we go. I will trim these down now so that they're just out of the way and I don't have to worry about them. This chrysanthemum one is absolutely flippin' spectacular. Now, I do say that this is probably going to be most of the summer cuts as well, but I am going to go in and actually make a better selection, like pick through and do more of the florals for April, just because we have the themed like Hanami and such coming up, and so some of them I definitely want done earlier than others, and some of them just strike my fancy better. So like I said, these will all get sewn up over the summer, but some of them will get prioritized just because of theming of events that I'm going to. There we go. That is the best description. Okay, these windows onto Japan need to become something else as well. This cat. Oh yeah, and then there's like a little yin yang cat in here, and a curled up cat. I will show you the family crest cats better here in a moment. There we go. And I really like the pink on this. It's like a dark charcoal. Amazing. All right. Large box bag, Kato. Large box bag. Eek. Kato. And no, I'm not cutting down the Kato right now. We're just going to ignore them for now, because the focus is supposed to be on large box bags before April 6th, because we're down to so few. Anyway, yin yang cat right here, which is super adorable. Ooh. Like that one. I love this one because it looks like a look at that cat. It looks like a tuxedo cat, but it's also got the like sakura on its black. And then and then there's like this cat with the little, oh yeah, and they've even got ears on. There's not supposed to be ears on this, but why not? They're stylized it. And then so this is Neko. This is the kanji for cat in Japanese. And then this is how they stylized it here with the paw print. And so actually that's what they've done here as well, is the cats replaced that first half of the kanji, and then the second half has the little ears. So I guess yes, it's supposed to be I'm just realizing actually that's grass if you take it as a radical, like outside of the kanji. So it's like this, and then the box underneath is rice patty typically. Now these are all the bits and pieces that get added up into Japanese kanji. So it's like cats are in the grass of the rice patty, I guess. That's kind of, I love it. Okay, we're going to stretch this out again, make sure everything's like fairly lined up, and then we're going to cut the small box bag now. Okay, because what would we just do? We did the large box bag and we did the Kato, because they're both back cuts of each other. We already have handles, so we need to do the small box bag and the big bag cut. Nice. Massage. Make sure everything's fairly even, fairly straight. And then we can actually cut both of these at the same time. And then we'll just cut them in half, and then we're good to go for folding up. There's the line, there's the line, there's the rotary cutter. That will be that. That is not right, because it needs an extra inch. Okay, and this is why you measure twice and cut once. Okay, so it's that to that to that. There we go. Okay, that's better. Ding, ding. Ding. It looks like, maybe. Is it that way? That's not right. Okay. That is the line here. Oh, I see what I need to do. I need to flip my ruler. Okay, there we go. I'm like trying to line up the 1 inch, and it's the 1/2 inch lines that should be lining up, but doesn't work for this cut. My brain hurts some days. Okay, and then so it's this minus that, minus that, minus that. Okay, we're good. Okay, and then we'll cut separate the that to that to that. Okay, good. Separate the small box bag from the big bag. There we go. Okay. And we'll worry about those in a minute once I've got these folded up and put onto the comic book boards. Ding, ding. Board. Fold, 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 fold. And then what I've been doing is this gets folded underneath, and we just do one last nice rolling fold. There we go. Alright, these cats are definitely going to become a wallet cut, so I'm just going to chuck it over there because it's super lightweight. And why not? Okay, and then I don't know what this is going to become, so we're going to throw it onto a board and put it back on the shelf. Okay, and this chrysanthemums definitely also needs to become wallets, so we're going to put it back there as well. Oh, it's very crooked. Alrighty, let's get this evened up a little bit better. There we go. Maybe. That's definitely better than it was. There we go. There we go, like that. And then we're not going to worry about a board right now. We're just going to shimmy, shake, plop. Okay. This is big bags, so we're going to even everything up on this side. And I do... Ooh. What's going on with you here? You are very not on your fold at all. Okay, we're still even enough. Okay, good. Phew. Now we're going to plunk this way. Michaels keeps emailing me, and I'm like, I really do want to go buy more beads and stuff, but I don't need them. So we're going to ignore it. Okay, I'm going to trim down the edge here, because there is a fairly large, even if we just take a little bit of the selvage off. Actually, you know what we're going to do with that one? So we're just going to trim it down by itself, because it is quite a large selvage. And I'll refold it along that line. Like this, and then like this, and like this. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. This is the cut down line over here. Big bag. We've already done our counts for linings. So not, ooh, low. Okay, so that is the big reason to get clips for you guys, really. Haven't done that yet, but I will do that soon. At least they're on their boards. There. Stake them. Go. Here's the small box bags, and we'll get them trimmed down as well. And make sure all of these are... Yeah, that one needs to be... Apparently this cat one needed to be realigned each time. It's still fine. The cuts are correct. It's just... They need to be... That wouldn't have been the right width if I didn't rejig it right there. So, now we're good. There we go. Trim, trim, trim. I've got one more swallow of coffee I'm going to take here in a second. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Zoom, 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 zoom. And zip, 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 zip. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm putting the ones with the selvage or the wider selvage into the small box bag pile because they'll get sewn into there. And then the other cuts go away for now for other things later on. What other things I haven't quite decided yet. It could just be me making more small box bags, but right now we're not going to duplicate things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know what, honestly, let's try and do 7. 6, 7, because Because we can. I need to get my my electric rotary cutter rolling again, because that would actually slice through a lot more than my handheld. But I think it needs repairs. Like, it is right there, but it struggles to like get through this stuff. So I don't know if like something's disconnected or what. I don't even know where you would take something like that to get it repaired. That's the thing. It's like, it's a small appliance, but it's not. I don't know. It does speed up this process so much though that it's like, do I get it repaired? For what I paid for it, I probably should get it repaired. But the replacement cost of it is also dropped significantly. So when I was looking for electric rotary cutters, so I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'll figure it out soon enough though. And honestly, I should have had it running for now, but I didn't quite realize how much fabric I'd committed myself to like cutting either. So you know, stuff happens. Maybe I should go grab it and we should see if I can actually make it run today. Let's do it. Ugh, especially since my phone camera keeps refusing. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I think I figured out the rotary cutter. I think what happened is that the base got shoved too far onto the thing, except at the same time, I don't think this is actually going to cut anymore. So let's try it with a few layers, 3 layers, and then we'll see where we get. Because if I can get this to work, this is going to speed the process up by so much. It's ridiculous. Okay. So what this does change though is I need to actually mark the fabric so that we can just cut it with it. And if this doesn't work, then I think I'm going to just be like, okay. Because like, again, I do not know where you would go get it fixed. That's the big thing. Do I have, oh my goodness, I don't actually have a a light chalk thing here. Okay. Well, let's see if I can just do it like this. We do not want to run it along, I don't want to run it along my acrylic ruler because it's extremely likely to just slice through it. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't, then I will go grab. That one 100% did not work. I'm going to go grab my chalk pen one moment again. Alright, so the yellow chalk pen is the one that the kids got. But the amazing thing about these clover ones is that you can just replace it. I don't think there's anything left in there, or at least nothing of note. So yes, it's not like a perfect solution, but at least you get to reuse the top bit all the time. And yes, oh, ow, that hurt. And it just bent my nail back. These out. Oh, there we go. The thing about it is I don't want it to like pop out. I got it. I didn't want it to like pop out and then spray the chalk everywhere, because you know that that's what would happen if I'm not being careful. Now, if there is anything in there, I bet you I could. No, that's empty. Okay. So let's go back in here and try to mark this right here. Right? -1, minus, yeah, my measurement. That little cap gets thrown out later. Okay, so like I said, I think I've solved the rotary cutter. It is louder, so I probably won't be talking over it quite as much. But if it works, my goodness, that'll help speed this up significantly. So I think what happened is that the base got pressed down too far. That's totally what happened. So this was shoved in too far, and basically what it was doing, I think, is it was catching the rotary blade. So let's see if this works. Oh my goodness, that was such an easy fix. So yeah, so the base was just like pushed in too far. Life altered again. Okay, so we've only got 3 stacked right now. We're just gonna go with the 3 that we've got stacked. That's fine. But my goodness, that is gonna make my life so much easier. It's not even funny. So like I said, the one thing that changes is now I've just basically got to mark all my lines so that we can just, like, I don't want to use the acrylic ruler with it, because as I said, what ends up happening then is I might clip the acrylic ruler, and then that kind of, if the acrylic ruler breaks, then we're out of SOL completely. So we're going to attempt not to break the ruler, basically. Again, this was one of those pieces though that I was like, okay, I bought it off Facebook Marketplace, because at that time the rotary cutters were really hard to track down. A lot of the ones on Amazon were like all sketchy. They've gotten better. And I was like, no, do you know what? Let's try to find one off, because I didn't know how much I would actually use it or if I would enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. I very much enjoy it. So if it doesn't work consistently for a very long time anymore, then I'll replace it. It's not a big deal, really. It does speed up this work so much that it'll be worth it. Okay. So now let's get this cut. My goodness. I don't know. So yeah, this is just an example of like how the brain didn't work very well the last little bit. Love it. Oh. So here's the thing, even if it doesn't save me a lot of time, what it is saving me, well, I'm going to be able to do more layers with it, A. And B, what it's saving me is actually like energy, basically. Because it will not take me as much energy and like stuff to actually cut the fabrics. Because it just cuts through it like butter. Whereas the other one requires not a lot of strength, but it does require some like oomph to get through all the layers. So this is just far easier and does help increase production. Or at least in the past it has. So we're gonna go with that for this one too. Especially because next layer I'm gonna do like 6 or 7 layers. This is only 3. And I mean like, so it'll actually be about 12 layers because each layer is 2. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it good enough though? Yes. If you're doing a lot of layers, actually, yeah, I'll talk after this. Anyway, if you end up having to do lots of layers, there's actually like bandsaw ones, which are super cool. This just does illustrate though that I do need to move that shelf, and so I can access the like power cord and or the plug-in and everything on that side, because this should run that way. So it's out of the way and not underneath itself when I'm trying to cut. Oh well, I'm quite pleased that that is now available. It is also going to make the linings easier to cut, because the linings always like, yeah, it's not like it's a pain in the butt. Well, it is a bit of a pain in the butt because it's really way too much wide for my ruler. So being able to draw a straight line and then just cut it is going to be awesome. At least that's the story I'm sticking to. Alright. Fold the fabric, fold the fabric. Put the fabric on the comic book board. There we go. It is 11:15, so let's see if we can. I want to get the exteriors finished before I go get lunch. So I'm gonna go for lunch, say around noon to 12:30. I've got my meeting at 1. And then I will be back online after that, because I am not going to the gym today so that I don't make myself more sick. Alright, so one of the things, no, it's got to go down here. One of the things I could do is I could actually pull the, can I actually pull this a little bit closer this direction? Yes. Does that, yeah, because that, okay, so that gives me more room. And then we are just going to cut these down with the ruler, because that's not a big deal. Until we get more layers, at least. Ding, ding. At least my head is mathing today, and it's mathing well, so that's good. Now, I did not do my counts for actually what we are doing, and I need to actually also trim down, oh, that unplugged my laptop, because it's wrapped around the okay, come on, surge bar, let me plug in. Thank you. And then snip. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And write down what we actually need for interior cuts. So we just did 3, and we need a white and a, white and a beige. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. There's them done. And then we'll trim all of this up into its sundry parts. Obviously still need shears for this, although I did get the rotary cutter fixed. I am excited because that is going to make this a lot faster. Is it a lot louder on stream? Yes, and I do apologize for that, but we should be through them a lot faster because I'll be able to cut more layers with A, it's a larger rotary blade, and B, again, less effort from me having to like push through with the rotary cutter. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I don't know if it's actually true, but I definitely can do more layers at once. No. Oh, the handles just fell down. Okay, I'll get those afterwards. Come here. There we go. Small box bags. And then we'll split them up into the piles that they need to be in. Now, these are not the capital P piles, like the pile. But they are piles, small p. I guess as a collective, they're small p piles. I don't know. Okay, set aside. Small box. Small box. Set aside, set aside. Oh, the turtles don't actually have a selvage. Interesting. Small box. Small box. And then large box bag, Kato bags, large box bag, Kato. Oh, these fans are going to be glorious for a Kato bag. It's like absolutely spectacular. Okay, so we're going to try more layers. So we're going to do one. So that was 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, so let's just do one cotton linen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be 6. 2, 3, no, 5 still. 5, 6. Yeah, let's try doubling it, and as well as also adding in the cotton linen blend because it's heavier. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So this is those lucky potato cats on sand Dobby versus black Dobby. Dobby is referring to the fact that it is got this, like, I don't know if that's going to show up. It's showing up on my end, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily translating. But anyway, it's a slubby warp and weft on the actual, like, background fabric there. Just realized I don't actually know if this is playing through or not. Yeah, okay. You can see it even on YouTube. At least on my end, you can see it on the YouTube stream on the YouTubes. This is very similar as well. You can't really see it, but you can definitely feel it in that there is a Dobby texture. I think you probably can see it on the back better. Somewhat, not very much. It's a very dark fabric. This has been pre-washed, so it shouldn't bleed. I know it's very, 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 very dark. It would be my concern. But these have all been pre-washed and dried so that they're shrunk, and any color bleed has hopefully been taken care of. With all my bags, except for, like, okay, all the bags without leather, they are machine washable, cool, and air dry. I suggest that you can throw them in the dryer. It should be perfectly fine, but I suggest air drying them simply because the dryer is where, if there isn't any extra shrinkage that will happen, it will be in the dryer. And the other portion of it is that if you air dry it, you can reshape the bag and it'll help maintain its, like, shape and interfacing better than putting it in the actual dryer. So, because the dryer will also kill the interfacing pretty fast. At least that's been my experience when I've had to, like, wash the interfacing. So, interface to pieces. Cats, coffee, kids. There's been multiple reasons why I've had to wash bags post interfacing. And I find that it is a little bit more true with the fusible interfacing than it was with the sew-in interfacing, which is really interesting, actually. Makes sense, I guess, but it is still kind of weird. Fans, fans, fans. Gorgeous fans. Oh, this is one of those cases where, okay, So I don't have the white right now because it's distributed, but it's an interesting case where there's actually different. So this fan here on the black one has the pink and the blue right here. And then, but when you look at that fan on the light blue, it's actually pink, which actually is the same pink it looks like as on the black. But then the little, like, waves and things in here are the purple. And it actually looks like it might be the same green as the, like, oh no, these ones are a little bit darker green. Again, just differences in the fabrics. This is why I end up with like multiple colorways typically of each fabric if I can, or it looks like something that will appeal, because there's like nice subtle differences between them typically. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Oh man, if this works, we're down to like just a few more cuts and then we'll be done. I can't believe that I didn't take the time to actually look at the base of that rotary cutter before now. That is ridiculous. Oh well, at least I did eventually, because I would have been peeved if that had been the fix, especially if I had taken it in for repairs and it's like, yeah, we'll just have to pull it apart here and it's fine now. Does that mean that's going to run perfect? No. Does it mean that it's going to run for now? Yes. So annoying. Okay, let's shove it out of the way here. And actually the rotary cutting then can go up here, or not like that though. I'm very likely to cut myself that way. There we go. Even with it closed. Better not do it that way. We need to keep that. And then we need to even everything up here, and then we're going to do the small box bag and the handle cut, because apparently this fabric here is not going to behave itself. But this fabric here will behave itself. Okay. Apparently my mic is wrapped up in something again. Lovely. I need to figure out like some sort of situation over here where it can sit over here out of the way. And like I said, maybe get the plug-in set up over here better. Goodness, especially if it's gonna fall off. Especially if it's gonna fall off. Bah. Stay on. Like, I do not want to run it over. Interesting. Okay, so this actually says light duty tool. So it's like, where do you go for tool repair? I guess might be the better question, rather than like small appliance repair. Interesting. Is that lined up over there? Yes, it's lined up under the cat. There is the line. There we go. That's the line. The small box bag. Now, is this yellow going to show up? It looks like it did for most of it. We'll just do 2 lines there. Well enough that I can see it. Okay. That's that. Minus that is small box bag line, small box bag line, and then we're going to go here. Okay. Good. Now, I'm going to run the cut, as long as the cat doesn't move. Yep. We're good to go. We're in business. Sweet. Okay. It was not quite as happy with that, but that's fine. Obviously, it's going to be more angry the more layers you put in, but honestly, it is going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to use my area erasing marker for the next round though, because that was a very hard line to see on this blue. So that's what they're here for. Okay, now we're going to shimmy and shake and get this next round in here. I'm going to try to loosen up my mic cable a little bit, because hi. Oh, I see what I can do. Okay, there we go. Around. I'm going to move this up here to this one, and then we're going to plug this one in here with this one. Now the mic cable is free of that, and everything else is plugged in again. There. Yay, we'll get it figured out. This is such a like janky setup. And it will forever remain janky as well because I change it up so much. Okay, so let's get all of this in here. All nice and actually, yeah, let's try and get it like sorted without taking it off the actual cutting table because I don't feel like taking it off the cutting table right now. So what did we just cut? We cut the small box bags and we cut the handles. So we're gonna line up here because that will be the large box bag and the Kato cut. And then we'll get in and do the big bag cut after that. Okay, so yes, there are far more layers to like actually manage now. But realistically, this is still easier than cutting these all individually. Sometimes, okay, so there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that. And where do I actually need to cut to? I only need to go to here. So as long as we're nice and even up to that point, I am happy. There we go. I'm gonna call that good. Okay, and then we're going to use an area erasing marker this time because that yellow line was extremely difficult to see. And I'm sorry that my phone keeps cutting out. I do not know why it keeps cutting out. I do not have the little backer on it. It's plugged in, so it's not dying. It could be overheating, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't tell me. It just cuts out and it's like, murr. And I'm like, why are you so angry? Don't be angry. You're doing your job. Why do you think I have a smartphone? If most of my business didn't have to happen on the phone, I would be going back to a dumb phone because they're cheaper. I don't know. Flip phone. That's what I want to go back to. That would be amazing. But they're so like these smartphones are so useful. It's annoying. Alright, that was even better than that first cut. Sweet. Okay, so we don't need a lot of rejigging here. We just need to kind of... We only need a few inches for the big bags. We do not need like as large a cut as we just got. So where do I need to go to? I need to just go to here. So as long as it's nice and smooth and even to there, we're good. It is not. I gotta get it going, but you know. Yeah, no, it'll be fine in a moment. And you may be wondering, Katie, weren't you talking about how you don't have a lot of canvas left or lining fabric? And yes, this will be restricted by the amount of things I have for the interiors basically at this point. But that doesn't mean that I can't order more. And once I get it in, we can just roll with it. The whole point of cutting so much right now is that when I go into February. What the heck? It's already March. Why do I keep calling it February? I did that the other day too. Ugh. Maybe it feels, I guess maybe with the snow it feels like it should just be February. That would be nice. That would give me more time to work on stuff. Anyway, we're in March. Well into March. We're like 2/3 of the way through March. Anyway. The whole point of this is when I head into April is going to be nuts. Like certifiable. Send it away. Sort of nuts. So what we're doing is I'm going in and I'm cutting as much as I can. Kind of. There's always more to cut. But I'm cutting as much as I can so that then I don't have decision fatigue. I can just pick something up. Everything will be done. Even if I don't have all the interiors cut, whatever. It's not a big deal. But all the exteriors, which are the decision makers, basically, have been cut. And so I can just sit down and be like, okay, we're going to sew this shape or whatever, or this fabric or whatever. Whatever I'm doing. Whatever I make a decision on. Like, that's the only decision I have to make in April then. We are working on XYZ. We are working on S&T. Probably shouldn't throw a bunch of letters together because they might lead to something bad. But you know what? You get it. We're smart people. We know what's happened. As I sniffle. Okay. I adore this. Oh, there's some sakura on there. I'll have to show you because it is gorgeous. Apparently the sakura are right on the edge of blooming right now, and I'm like, man, I was saying the other day that sakura are not my favorite. They're still not my favorite. But that doesn't mean I don't want to be in Japan while they're blooming. So that's the sakura there. That's gorgeous. There's also a really gorgeous one here. It's just like, it's such a nice color palette on this one. Sometimes Japan is like super surprising in the colors, ways that they seem to be able to put together that I would never choose in North America. Like I would look at it in North America and be like, nope. See it in Japan and I'm all like, yes, please, 6 meters. No, that's a joke. I think the only time I've bought 6 meters is when I've been buying fabric for clubs with Caroline. And even then I should have only been buying about 3 to 4. It's maybe a little bit overzealous. That's okay. It actually worked out in my favor because we did another run of club fabrics in 21. Yeah, I think it was right before my youngest was born. Because when I decided that I was going to get my label printer. But like on the black as well. Again, super spectacular. A lot of these are like outlined and highlighted in gold. A lot of them are not. They pop differently. And the gold on Japanese fabric is always that really nice shimmer. Love it. Oh, there's a lot of tuxedo cat. Okay, we'll fold you in half first then. There we go. Fold it this way. I think this one is like windows on tuxedo cats or something like that. I gotta decide what I'm actually naming some of these once they go public on the website. Because I'm not quite sure yet. This will be probably like Japanese fans with Japanese motifs. Because, you know, super original. But I don't know what else you would call that. I think this one will be Japanese windows on tuxedo cats with Japanese motifs. Because that makes sense, because these look like windows to me. Or maybe something along the patchwork tuxedo or something like that, because it kind of does also look like a patchwork quilt. So. This is cat silhouettes with florals. We've got that, and it's going to be the sage blue combo, because it's kind of the olivey sage color on this, like, on the leaves, and then these are like very dark navy. The cats are definitely like a sage color though. So tuck those in. There we go. There we go. Ding. All right. Open it back up because we need to do that and that. Okay. I don't normally like folding fabrics, but like that is very relaxing and therapeutic for some reason. I do not understand. But I will take it. If it makes my fabric folding more enjoyable, I will take it. Actually, the point that these all stalled out at was even just getting them in the washing machine after May. Because these are all fabrics from last May. But like the summer was so busy that I didn't even get a chance really to wash anything until November. Which is a good indication that going in November for fabrics is a better option for me. Besides the fact that flights are cheaper, I'm incorporate them into my work faster, typically. Granted, last time the last November trip fabrics got incorporated right away because I didn't have an option. It's like, do this or you have no fabric. But yeah, like I could not take the time last summer to actually wash and iron any of these. All right, we've done it. Okay, so that was, oh no, we haven't done it completely. We need to finish trimming this up. Okay. Line everything up. At least decently. Make sure everything's kind of like that. Not, okay. I'm gonna line them up on the fold. They're warm from the cat because they're slightly under this cat layer here. Gonna just line them up on the fold here, because that's where we're gonna trim them. None of these have massive selvages, so we're just going to trim down on the fold. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's gonna be crooked. Oh, apparently there's a little bit more of the cat there than I anticipated. It's still fine. It'll just need to trim down before it gets sewn. Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna go from there. This also seems really wide compared to a lot of them. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go to the smallest amount, which is actually the dumpling lucky cats. And we're gonna ignore that overhang, and then we're gonna go from here to here to here to this. And then because we have such a thick cut, we are going to do this with the rotary cutter, or the electric cutter, and then we will go in and we'll shears down the other cuts that need to be shears to down and cut in half. Alrighty, here we go. I like how the cat doesn't even flinch from this. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Do your thing. Go off. There it is. I'm like, where is my count sheet? Okay, white. White. Beige. Oh, didn't I? Did I already count these? No. Yes. Oh, damn it. They're not on any of the piles, though, so that tells me that I didn't count them yet. Okay. If I have extra cuts, I have extra cuts, whatever. White, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 beige. Oh, no, that's a different one than I did before. Okay. 4 white, 2 beige. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right. Tote bags. Now we're going to cut down into Kato and large box bag cuts. Eek. Keep going. I guess I could actually technically do this with the rotary cutter too, but I do think it's just easier to do it with the shears and just, because otherwise I'd have to like unfold them all and like line up all the halfway points, which don't necessarily always line up, and like, yeah, just using the shears is probably a better choice. But hey, the Kato cuts are going to be a lot easier now, hopefully. Or at least a little bit zippier, hopefully. Alright. Kato. Because there's no selvage on this one. Large box bag. Kato. Oop. Large box. And large box. Kato. Large box. Kato. Large box. Especially with that one. Oh my goodness, that is a big selvage. I thought they were all small selvages. I was mistaken. Kato. Large box. And the Kato. Okay. Get those into the crate. Oh yeah, those are Kato cuts, right? The large box are above Flynn. Right. They're up here. And then we're going to trim down the small box bags. Flip. And snip. No, come on. There we go. Like, how hard is it to line up the frickin' fold with the scissors? My goodness. Alright. Set aside. Small box. Set aside. Small box. Small box. Set aside. Small box. Set aside. Ooh, small box. Set aside. Small box bag. And set aside. There we go. Am I just shoving them in a hidey hole in the shelves? Not at all. Totally. Okay, there's small box bags. Alright, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many more do I actually have left? I got 1. So that was 6. That's what we cut last time. So I think we can throw in another cotton linen blend there. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 2 cotton linen blends if I do 2 and 7 bags right now. Sweet, we got 2 more rounds, so that means that we will get the exteriors cut. Once I'm finished cutting exteriors, I will go upstairs and get lunch. Yes, because then I'll be ready for my meeting, and then I can... Yeah, that would make sense, I think. Be ready for my meeting, and then I will be doing interior cuts on camera, but I think we'll do ASMR interior cuts so I can listen to an audiobook while I'm doing the cuts. And I think, because I think those will mostly be done with the rotary cut, like the non-electric rotary cutter. I don't know. Well, I guess what I could do is I could line up the white and the beige and then just go for it with the rotary gun. It doesn't really matter with those ones because it's so few layers. Whatever sort of thing, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so we got white, beige, beige, white, beige. No, white, 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 white. 3 white, 3 beige. Across the board. I have counted the interiors for these ones. Actually, you know what? Let's just finish that out. These are all becoming big bags. They're all becoming big bags. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then let's finish the counts, and then I don't have to worry about anything. Beige, white. This one is super cute. I call this like nostalgia frames because it's kind of got like that muted pastels, which is super cool. Very Victorian. Okay, white. This has got sneaky cats in amongst all these bright fruit. So the banana cat is here. Strawberry cats. It's all in this kind of really cool gray. There's a cat with the banana peel on his head. The focus on that one's going to probably be smaller bags just because it's a very busy print. Beige. And beige. So we have 2 more. Actually, yeah, that's just going to become everything. And wallets. I think there's enough for that. Yes. Okay. Cool. So 2 more white large. 3 more beige. 2 more. 3 more. 2 more. 3 more. And then what we're going to do is, as much as I'm like, we're gonna cut all the interiors for these, I can only get a certain number of interiors from the cuts anyway, so we will base our numbers on like the most common cuts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, so there's 6 there. Alright, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's better. That's a more even split. That's fine. No, this is still 7. That's still 6. Yeah, whatever. Might have miscounted the linings then too, but it'll all come out in the wash. Not really, because these have been washed. It's fine. I'm sure those counts are inaccurate as it is, and I'm not going to go back and count them, because again, I don't really want to know what I've signed myself up for, because there's far more here than I anticipated me doing. But that's always the way this happens. So we're just going to roll with it. Better just to roll with it sometimes and then deal with it later. This is the one that I call Moonlight because, again, this reminds me very much of like Sailor Moon colors, especially the later seasons and the manga in particular. These are like kind of like the craft adjacent, the embroidery flowers, puffs, whatever they're called. I don't even know if they're like really embroidery, but they remind me of craft stuff. So here we are. Okay, dragonflies. The dragonflies are really nice because they're all very traditional, like Japanese patterns in those wings, and then they look really nice on this dark navy background. So basically I'm going to square up to this top fold corner, and then we'll deal with the consequences later. The consequences of my actions. Ooh, okay. Definitely tell that I'm like not sick right now, but I'm getting sick because my legs are starting to hurt from standing, which is wild because this should be no issue at all. Gotta build up my standing stamina for like shows and stuff anyway. Although, like I said, was saying the other day, it's definitely not what it used to be. Okay, 1, 2 more. So let's just line those up. This one's really fun. It doesn't look like cats until you look at it closer, and they're all like these cats and these florals. It's on a cotton linen blend, so it's very like muted kind of tone, but it's also very bright actually for a cotton linen in some ways. So I really enjoy it. Okay, we should probably trim up all that shag up top there in a minute. Alrighty, we'll see what we can cut here in a moment. Now, the question is, these are all nicely lined up, so let's not try to squish it onto the cutting table. Boom. Boom. Okay, there we go. Because this one underneath here already needs to be shimmy shacked. I don't even know what that means. It needs to be shimmied. I don't know about shacked. I don't even know what that would be. Sugar shacked? Okay. That's not even really a thing out here. It's like everyone's like, maple snow, and it's like, that is an Eastern Canada thing because we do not have sugar maples in Western Canada. Okay. I really need to find those templates. It'll happen eventually. I'll find them like probably later today. But for now, we will deal with it. Okay. So shimmy. Okay, so there is the handles for the box bags. Zoom. Zoom. Alright, there we go. You really struggled with the last one, so I'm like, let's not struggle with this one. Let's just mark it multiple times. Okay, there's small box bags. Alrighty. Then we're going to take the big old rotary cutter. I can feel lumps in here though. There we go. The dragonflies. The betrayal. Not that the cat fabrics always behave themselves, but those dragonflies. They're something. Okay. And we will turn this to trim the handles, because why not? It's a smaller piece to like manage. Okay, handles. Small box bags to process in a minute. And I've already counted all these interiors, that's right. I made a very big point of making that very public knowledge. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Flop. And then we're going to cut big bags and large box bags and Kato cuts. Mutter, 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 grumble. Okay. Get all of this like mostly lined up. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, that's where. Okay. This should not feel like cardio. It doesn't, but it's not light either. So this is 7 pieces right now, and they're both about ½ pound per meter. So that makes about a pound for every 2 meters, which is about what it works out to on average. It's not perfect, but it's average. That means that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's probably still about like, that's still probably about 9 pounds to be shaken around right now. Trying to like just even everything up, which is apparently not working. Damn it. Come here. Why is there like a ½ inch difference there? Bah! Bah, I say. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now it's happy. Fine. There. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sweet. So we need large box bag cut and big bag cut. Canada Post. Why are you emailing me? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to shove you up to large box bag cut right there. There is the line for the Kato and the large box bag cut. Like this. Then we're going to go back this way. And one more time for good measure. I'm going to sneeze one moment. Excuse me. Ugh. And then can I also cut the big bag? Is it like, I think we're even enough if I just kind of line all this up again here. Dragonflies are wandering off. Okay. Why are you wandering off so much? There we go. Okay, there we go. No, I can't do the big bag. That's going to need to be realigned right there. That's okay. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, so 6 layers with 2 layers of cotton linen is the max that this rotary cutter can handle, and that is fine. That is far more than we can do with a hand cutter, so I will take it. Okay. Line up with the fold, please. Line up with the fold, please. Line up with the fold, please. Because we gotta make the bag cuts. Okay, there we go. Nope, not quite. Almost. There. There we go. Okay. Good. Good. I'm happy with that. Okay. Okay, and then we will ignore the fact that we need to trim all this down. We will cut the final cuts for the other fabrics, and then we'll trim everything down at once, because I make the rules. What rules? Because what rules? My arbitrary rules for myself. Usually I do try and process them at the same time, but it's like, since I only need to cut down one more set, there's no point in trimming these down until I've got them all cut anyway. This air erasing marker is drying out. That's annoying. Or it just doesn't like marking on cotton linen. Could also be valid. What's happening? Ooh, stay out of the way, mic cord. Like, never! There's still complaints about the sound, and can't imagine what the complaints would be if I cut the mic cord in the middle of a session. Holy, that would suck. Be easy enough to replace, but it would be annoying. I'm setting aside the cats for wallets, because that needs to be wallets. This is also going to wallets, and it is light enough that we're just going to do it now. That's that like sakura on mustard with the sakura all highlighted in gold. I don't know why I folded it that way. Wallets will not be cut right now. I'm just distributing the fabrics that I'm planning for that sort of thing. And actually, I think we'll do the same with the dragonflies, because I think the dragonflies would make a really good wallet as well. There we go. These are not getting folded like that. They are going to go on a comic book board, because they need to just go on the shelf for now. I've not left myself enough space for this. Apparently. It's also too little to actually fold in half, like meterage wise. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it'd be a really interesting thing to measure. Well, I guess I know how large these are if I actually kept the packaging for them, because that would give me a general idea of how much yardage was actually left. Later, not something I'm going to worry about right now. Okay, dragonflies are going to wallets. Doom, doom, done. These guys are going to go to the shelf again. Zoom, zoom, doom. Ding dong. I'm going to fold this under instead of folding it and then unfolding it and then folding it, because you know. There we go. That was faster. Okay, and then we've got two more? Two more. Sweet. That was quick. I like it. Okay, this one does need to be folded in half before we do the selvage fold. Because otherwise it's too much to handle on the actual table right now, because there's no space. There'll be space in a few minutes though, because I am actually going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to threaten it to behave itself. No. Nothing. Fabric doesn't deserve to be threatened. But, well, maybe if it's, no. Never mind. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so in this case, the extra little fold does not work. It just needs to be folded over and there. Well, now we're going to fold it under like that. That one needs a clip. It's way too wide right there, but that's okay. Anyway, what am I going to do? I'm going to take a look at the storage bins I have right now underneath the desk. No, because then the stuff that's in there won't get to go. Oh, that's quite warm. Anyway, what I was going to do was I'm going to try and put them into boxes, so that then I can like clear off the cutting table, so that when we're working with the interfacing and the lining, I don't have anywhere near as much on the table. And that does still need to happen. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Mostly because there's like bins, but they're being utilized for the things. Oh, we still have the chocolate fabric under here. Okay, let's do these ones, and then the chocolate fabric, because it has to be a little bit fussier cut, will be the last one. Okay, so we got one more pile, one more big pile, and then we have the chocolate, and then we're done. Oh, and then we got to do these guys, I guess we got to do those guys. Which means I do actually have to add the chocolate bars to the interior cuts here in a minute too then. When we go to cut it. That is 100% not lined up. Ooh. Oh yeah, and it's directional, but we can, excuse me, we can sort that out later. That's fine. The next tedious step in some ways will also be deciding what color zippers we're going to use in all of these. Yay. Alright, and then these are gorgeous. I really like the background color on this, and then it's got that nice gold shimmer highlight as well. Sweet, we're gonna finish just in time for lunch. Wow, this has worked out well. And what are we at? 2.5 hours. Man, 2.5 more hours of... I did not think it was going to take me 2.5 hours to cut this fabric. Whoops. And suddenly Katie feels the pressure. No, it's fine. Kind of, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it's fine later. Okay. Ding. Ding. And then these two, and then we're good to cut. Yeah, go upstairs, have lunch, have my call, and then we'll see where that puts us for like all the stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there we go. One more fabric, one more fabric, one more fabric. Then we're done. No, we're not. Chocolate. Katie, don't forget the chocolate one. Actually, maybe we will forget the chocolate one and then I am done. Yeah, do you know what? We're going to skip the chocolate because it is kind of an outlier and it's going to require more thought than I wish to give it right now. Alright, so this is the last exterior fabric to go on the pile to get cut. Yay! We've done it. Again! Ooh! Oh, and I'm getting hungry, so this is a good time to like be wrapping up on this stuff. Sweet. Okay, we are well enough lined up that we can do stuff. So we're going to do handles. Handles right there. Okay, and then we're going to do small box pegs. And because they're behaving well enough, we're also going to do the big bag cut, because why not? Why not? And the only one we have to do afterwards, once we shimmy everything, is the large box bag. Cap. Come here, cappity cap. Okay, so we're going to cut it at this one right here. Then we're going to let that drop because it is going to refuse to stay on the desk. I'm going to turn it and we're going to cut handles, small box, big bag, tote bag. Like that. Like this. Oh, that line got really faint in the middle there. Ooh, boy. Alrighty. It's like, are you sure? Okay, those might need to be, we'll double check on all of these to make sure that they are going to be the right size. And then the big bags. I don't think we cut down the other big bags either, did we? No, that's the last round of big bags that we cut down. So we're just going to throw everything up there. And then, what did I say? We just need the large box bag cut. Excellent. And then we'll need to cut everything down to where it's supposed to be. But that will be the, like, gross cutting done instead of the net cutting done. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Line up as best I can for all the layers. There we go. And then we're going to put them on the table. Donk-a-donk. Like this. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Like that. And then we're going to put them like this. And that. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to go from there. Zoom. Zoom, zoom. There we go. Then we're going to go here. And we're going to make a line. Actually, a few lines. Because like I said, it was really faint last time and hard to see. Now we're good. Last cut, last cut, last big cut. And then everything else is like individual cuts, basically. Well, I guess not quite. But almost, because it's like, well, now it's individual cuts down, except for like big bag and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so the sloth has a lot of fabric left. The rest of these do not. Okay, sloth. These flowers I want to go in and make wallets. Villets. And then we need to do tuxedo cats needs to become wallets too. And like I said, the fruit cats also need to become wallets. So let's just continue to add onto the wallet pile over there. This cotton linen will as well, but there's a little bit too much for me to want to put it up there. So we're going to fold it up and put it on a comic book board. But we are done cutting exteriors. I have decided to set aside the chocolate bars because I'm just kind of suddenly got very daunted by how much there actually is to do. So we are done cutting out of the yardages. Now we just need to go through and finish up the individual cuts for the big bags. And then the Kato we will get to later. But basically we'll split up the Kato from the large box bag and small box bag cuts and blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. All that good stuff. Which is good because I'm hungry. Mama, I'm hungry. My youngest says that, and it always reminds me of Roly Poly in 101 Dalmatians. The little chunky guy. And just like the tone and everything like that. Mama, I'm so hungry. get this rolled up, and then I can sit down to finish up these trim ups. This is too large to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to flip it in, and actually I do have a clip for one of the other ones that didn't have as much on it when I returned it to the shelf. So let's use it to help keep that clipped together like that. Okay, now I'm going to clear off my chair because it's got a few things on it that it doesn't need, like comic book boards. We don't really need the ruler anymore. We've got the offcuts from the small box bags, and I don't need the air erasing pen anymore. What I do need is the chair. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm like looking at the pile behind the laptop right here, this one, and I'm like, why is that there? But that's wallets. It is intended to be there for a good reason. Okay, let's move you so that you're looking at me a little bit better. Since nothing is so large anymore that takes up all that space, I'm going to unplug the rotary cutter, this rotary cutter, because I do not want to accidentally turn it on and cut myself if I can avoid it. I'm going to pop it under the desk. That's a good point. That's what I need to do. I need to like electrifies. It's not electrocute, but I need to like electric. This desk needs a way for me to like suspend my plug-in thing so it's out of the way, and then like on this end or something like that under Flynn, so that all the cords can come this way. Because realistically, yes, I'm cutting over here, but like if the cords came this way instead of this way, I'm much less likely to cut them when I'm cutting here. Which does mean that like I could cut that direction, but that background is super boring compared to this background, which you get like at least a little bit of a preview of the fabrics. That background is just white closet doors, which I guess has its benefits, but it's not. I prefer this one behind me. I don't know why I'm just rambling and not cutting. Let's cut. Oh, I can actually use that for this then. Okay, we'll do, that was large box bags, that's small box bags. This is all like the tote bag size. So we'll line them all up and we'll use the electric cutter one more time. Just gonna kind of shimmy everything so it actually like lines up again. More or less at least. And then we're gonna put the slots on top because then I can use the chalk pen. And who has a massive selvage? Actually, you know what? We're just gonna take, can I take that much off? Yeah, we're gonna take like an inch off on this side, and then we'll trim it up from here. Yeah, because then I can still use these strips for like stuff that are like strippy things, or whatever. They can be used for something else. I don't know if we'll actually be able to cut all these layers with the electric rotary cutter, but by Jove, we'll try. Okay, we're gonna say that line is from where we're cutting from. So this is where we need to cut from on the fold. Yeah, I think this might be a few too many layers, but whatever, we'll get through it. Okay, I'm going to just shimmy that up a little bit, and then we're going to bring this back up here. Because yeah, then all the rest of it is shears cutting rather than rotary cutting. Okay. Whoa, okay, I thought that would be way too much, but it is fine apparently. Okay, good to know. Do I feel like I could go faster than that? 100%. I'm being extremely cautious so that I don't like catch myself either, because I don't want to cut me. Cutting me with an electric rotary cutter would probably put an end to my show season. So let's not do that. Okay, I didn't like that one quite as much because it was like, it's a thinner width cut. Although, it's still fine. It's fine. We're good. The other counts that I should have been doing that I didn't think about until just now is I should have been doing counts for canvas colors for the bottoms. Especially for the Kato and the big bag, because it's like, those are the next most important cuts after the interiors. Although I guess I've got the Kato numbers, and realistically at this point I'm just like, let's just do them all in black. Although I've got charcoal to use up, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna justify these all to the fold. The sloths actually have such a large selvage that I should probably trim it down and do a, yeah, we're gonna trim it down and we're gonna do a new fold on the sloths. Obviously not completely off, it's still gonna get sewn in, so I'm not too worried about it. But that, it's already a wider fabric as it is, so we may as well fold the fold a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Done. Not like this is actually going onto the rotary cutter, we're just trimming on the fold now. I'm gonna turn you a little bit so you can see the cat and what I'm working on a little bit better. Handles, large box bags, small box bags. Sweet. Okay, and then did any of you have anything I needed to trim down? I don't think so. I think you're all pretty good, yeah. Okay. One. Yeah, this is coming to the end at the perfect time because I am ready for lunch. I was like, I'm gonna have a ham and cheese croissant. And then I just remembered that I have soup, so now I gotta have the debate. I guess I could have a ham and cheese croissant and soup. That could be arranged, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do because I want both. And the broccoli soup will get me veggies, and the ham and cheese croissant will get me carbs and proteins and fats. Well, the broccoli soup will get fats and a bit of protein too, but not in the same way that a sandwich will. It'll be tasty either way. Okay, sassy cats. Little itty bitty black cats in floral sprays. No, apparently it did not want to do the clip and zip. Well, this one? Nope, not in a fashion I want it to. Lovely. Let's try it. There we go. Okay. Other things, small box bag. Other things, small box. Small box, though that one has a large selvage as well, but we'll just deal with that later then. This one does not have a selvage. Yeah, that's the small box. This is other things. Okay. Okay, I didn't get them mixed up. At least I did for a moment, and then I was like, no, no, no. Separate it all up. Okay, so there's small box bags. All done, except for, well, all the exterior is cut for small box bags for the next bit. We're probably, like I said, this summer. I think we're probably done for summer. This is all the other stuff. Ow. That induced a static shock from the mic. That hurt. Hello. Thing. Okay, we're going to trim down the sloths here as well. Redo its fold. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Dun-dun-dun. Go. We're just going to line all. Well, it doesn't matter. This doesn't need to be lined up. It just needs to be laid out on the fold, and then we'll cut it on the fold, and then we'll be like, yay, and then Kato will go eat lunch. And then we'll deal with the rest of the fallout from this later. Okay. So the main focus today for interiors is going to, now that we've cut all the exteriors that I plan to make here in the next few months, hopefully by the end of April, but you know what? I have overcommitted myself. I already know that. I knew I was going to. It's just, that's how this goes. Again though, if I dither about cutting stuff, then it doesn't get cut. So sometimes it's better just to sit down. It's obviously better just to sit down and do this for myself. Even if I lose bags occasionally, which has happened and will continue to happen. Or like pieces to bags. What we are going to do, as I've mentioned before, and I was reminded the other day, is clip everything together. At some point in this process. Probably at the point right before we sew it all together. Like zipper color choosing point is probably when that'll happen. So actually before it leaves the room, which will be like interior oh, hello. You are a disaster, and I'm not going to cut you correctly here if I don't fix it. I hope I haven't strayed too far as it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, not too bad. Okay. There we go. Just straighten it out and continue on. There. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's like, now it's cut. There's no dither. I've got my piles. We're gonna go. Hopefully, maybe, somewhat. Oh, anyway, so the focus this afternoon will be cutting interior fabrics, the large box bags. And then we will focus on cutting the interfacing for large box bags. Because large box bags are in dire need of inventory. And then maybe we'll even split our attention just a tick and do Kato. Mostly because Kato takes so long. I know I just updated inventory, but they've been so popular that it's been hard to keep them in stock, and I'm pretty sure as soon as I go to my first event, and this isn't to like brag, but it's like just the reality of like I'm pretty sure that they'll be mostly gone after Shindig, so we'll at least start the process of actually getting more Kato into the works. Although I say that and then I'm like, but we also need to do that with small box bags. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. We'll get it. It'll all come together eventually. No, that was the wrong one. Plunk. Dunk. Those are large box bags. These are Kato bags. It's just that Kato, it's awkward to keep throwing them over here. So we're going to make a large pile here, and then we'll just transfer it. Because that doesn't get me in trouble at all. And what I mean by with trouble is like not that I don't get piles mixed up constantly. It's more it. Also, don't forget that we have actually matched the majority of the large box bags, at least the beige ones, and they are currently under the table, so all they need are interfacing. So there's at least that, which is good, but it is kind of terrifying at the same time. All right, there is all of them split up. We will deal with handles later. This is the box of handles. They will need to be done before interfacing, but what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do... What am I doing, actually? I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out over lunch, maybe. Or the next couple days. It's not like it's not going to take a couple days to get this all, like, cut and interfaced and all of that. So, alrighty. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to go get some food. I do have a call, like I've mentioned, at 1 p.m. I don't know how long that's going to go. But if I'm not back on this afternoon, I will be back on... Friday for sure. I'm going to try and be on in the evening tonight, depending on how I'm feeling. If this like whole head cold and throat doesn't progress more than what it is currently. So hope you guys all have a fantastic afternoon if I don't chat with you, and I will see you very soon either way. Bye.